Hey everybody, Kairon here, and welcome back to another episode of FortressCraft. So, last time I said that we really needed to focus on power generation. So I did a little bit of research and I found another coal deposit that I want to kind of commandeer for a little bit of a project I have coming up. But the first thing that I want to do is get a little bit of research done. So I was down in the mines just exploring a little bit and found two new materials. First one being the green glow pod, and second one being a sapphire crystal. So I'll show you in a little bit where I found that. And yeah, so we can pretty much just start into it right away. I did quite a bit of smelting off camera, so we should have all the materials we need to be able to continue as we want. I'm just going to get this loaded back up, and then we'll be on our way. Alright. And the first thing that I want to do before we get into power generation is we have to load up the lab. We got about halfway there. We got the basic components done. We just need the intermediate experimental pods. Experimental pods are... Let's see, where are they? Research. Oops. Let's see, consumables. There we go. So intermediate pods are iron and hardened PCBs. So if you take a look, we don't have much for iron plates, so let's go ahead and get those working. We need to use our stamper, I believe. So this is our coiler, and then this is our PCB assembler. So we'll fill that up, get our plates going, and then we need our hardened PCBs, which I assume are just going to be iron as well. So we have our extruder converts it into wires, and then wires into coils. I don't have any more hoppers though. Actually, we can just do it this way. Alright, extrusion. And there we go. So this will take iron from here. It'll create it into plates and also give us some PCBs out of it, as long as everything's working correctly. Alright, we'll take that out. We've got some coils going through, and hardened PCB. Alrighty then, so we can take our hardened PCB and our iron plates, load them up on in here. And that should start working. Yes, indeed. Just get a couple more in here while we're at it. And then we can proceed with what we were doing. So, power generation. Pretty important thing. We've been suffering with power generation for quite some time now. And one thing that I want to work on next is getting these ore smelters in place. And ore smelters use a pretty much ridiculous amount of energy. So, I did some exploring. Let's see if I can hop over this mountain here. And it's a little bit of a ways away, but it should be not too bad. Just going into my hollow mode. I left an artifact over there, so that it should show up once we get close enough. And I think it's right on the other side of this hill, but don't quote me on that. There it is. Alright. So, I left this bad boy here. Oops, I should probably leave it there just in case I need to find my way back here. Let's see. Where was it? There we go. And where was my mine? Alright. So right here we've got a coal ore vein. It's pretty big. It's 350,000. We've also got this deposit over here, which I took a look at. And this is not going to help us immediately, but it's going to help us in the future. This copper ore vein has 20 million copper in it. So I think what I will do eventually is make that into our primary source of coal when the one below our base runs out. So what we need to do is we need to get up to 0 meters and we need to start transmitting some power. So what we're going to need first is a couple ore extractors. We need basic conveyor belts. I think we'll be fine. And we need some pyrothermic generators. And then the laser energy transmitters should be okay. I might have to use multiple of them to be able to transmit enough power, but I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to survive with these without having to create the Mark IIs. Alright. Only could find home now. There's home. Alright, and I think I want to do... I'll do 4 ore extractors, I believe. Do we need 4 ore extractors? I might as well. So let's make 4 of these. We'll make... Let's see, we'll need some storage hoppers. Wrong one. We'll do 4 of those. We'll do just 10 of those, why not? You can always use power storage blocks. And that should pretty much do it. So let's head back on over to our little area. I'm gonna go into hollow mode again, just real quick. Alright. And where is our spot? There it is. I'm gonna break my legs. Perfect. And here we go. So if we take a look at this vein, see where the topmost part is, right in here. Alright, leave hollow mode. Gonna torch up in here. And just excavate the area. Alright, so let's try and start with 2 extractors. And then we'll do a power storage block for each. And then we'll have to mine up here. Alrighty then. And then our... Well, we could probably just do the pyrothermic generators right on here. So instead of transporting the coal up, we could probably just do the pyrothermic generators right next to these guys. So let's destroy these. And then we'll do the... Oh, I didn't make pyrothermic generators, did I? I'm a derp. Alright. Well, let's head home, because I don't think I can make them here. I would assume not. Eventually I will need to make a tunnel back home so that we can put in our laser transmitters as well. home, sweet home. Woo, a little too far. Alright, might as well restock this while we can. Let's see, it's copper and pyrothermic generators. I'll start out with 4, and then we can always scale up from there. I did a little bit of a test on the solar panels. They do quite a bit more. I think they do 22 power instead of 9 power, but they only transmit during the day, and they're dependent on the amount of light that's available. So you won't get the full 22 unless there's full light, and then most of the day you're in kind of the half range. So all in all, one solar panel produces about the same as a pyrothermic generator. They're just way more expensive. So for now, we'll stick with pyrothermic until we get unlimited resources. Once we get everything automated with my next project, then we can start get some of the more expensive stuff. Alrighty then, here we are. So what we should be able to do is pop in our pyrothermic generators. Start these up, just a little bit of base power. Then they should pretty much run indefinitely. Alright. Excavate up here a little bit, give us some room to work. Alright, and then make a nice little stairway here. There we go. So, how we doing here? There's 4 coal ore. So I guess these can't pull directly from. So let's get this out of here. And we'll have to put some storage hoppers in. And we'll do... I guess it doesn't really matter how we position these. Let's grab all our materials here. So we could do one of each. So we'll do one there and one there. Get rid of our light, reposition. Alright. And then if we take our pyrothermic generators, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those should start producing, and they are. And then we can just make a shape like that. It'll power everything up, and we should be all good to go. And there they are. So then all we need to do at this point is get the power home. Alright, so where are we now? We're at -4. I put a laser transmitter. Actually, I'll need to do a little bit of scaffolding here. Alright, so let's put a rock there. And then we'll do the laser power transmitter there. Oops, that's not what I wanted. You know what? We might as well put the upgraded power storage block there, because this is where everything's going to come into. So we want to make sure that it has an adequate buffer. We'll put you there, point you up. Make sure that has clearance. take this out now because we don't need our marker anymore. And then we need to build a little bit more scaffolding here until we get up to 0. Alright, and there is 0. So we'll shape this a little bit here. And there we go. We've got a nice little platform available to us. I'm going to fill that in for now. We'll put that down, demolish it, and then we'll put our stone back in. And we are well on our way. So it looks like these are already all full, which is good. So let's start. Spider Dude Bro decided to join us, which is cool. Alright, and then looks like we'll probably have to put another laser transmitter right about there. We can go 64 blocks. And I don't really know how far 64 blocks is. Oops. What do we got here? I really wish there was a coordinate system in this game. That would be nice. Alright, so how are we doing? It goes to right about here, it looks like. Let's see how far it can actually power. Yeah, it can power that far. I want to try and get the maximum range that we can off of this. And it cannot power that far. Alright. There we go. And then that transmits. Perfect. Alright, looks like we're in clear a little bit here. Get some free daylight. Oh boy. So we have some coal here. Only 1,000. We're probably just gonna have to break this. So let's just power break on through here. Hopefully we have enough power. There we go. Alright. Let's take a look at our power transmitter, see how far we got now. Fill in our holes, make it all nice and neat. Alright. Right about here, I think, is the maximum. And there we go. I don't think we could put one there. Maybe we can. Nope. So right here is the maximum that we can go. And let's proceed on. Alright, and there is our building. Fantastic. So how far can you go? Pretty far. Right there. Perfecto. As we'll not waste these extra blocks. And voila. So, where does this actually hit? We might need to move. Yeah, so I think we're probably going to need to move our Well, maybe not. We can see if that'll work. Alright. So what I'm actually going to do is make a little bit of an expansion here. I'm going to add another room onto our base. And we're going to turn this into a smeltery. Just kind of get the outline in place here. There we go. And I have to design this a little bit yet. So I don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but for right now, we'll just start our power generation over here. And what we can do then is use our ore smelter. Just craft one of those for the moment. We could put another ore smelter in here, put in a couple storage hoppers. I'm gonna say 1 and 2. Load this sucker up with, do our nickel ore. Load you with nickel, change you to remove only, and you to add only. And there you have it. So we just basically doubled our ore production, which is a fantastic thing. Oh, it's got to get up to temperature before it starts smelting. So we'll load you up as well. And perfect. So that should produce quite a bit of power for us going forward. As you can see, this one smelter is pretty much using up the power as fast as it's coming in. So what we're probably going to have to do is either replace these with bigger laser transmitters or put multiple transmitters in. It is able to keep up. It is slowly increasing, but not really at a rate that would probably allow us to have 2 ore smelters over there. Alright, so let's go ahead and check on our progress up in here. Let's see, so this is out of experimental pods. You need more of these bad boys. So let's destroy that. And we'll place it back down there. Take you out, take you out. And we have 41 iron plates. That's working again. And there we go. So 13. And then... oh, I don't want to make that many, though. We don't really need that many. Well, I guess for the other research that we have, we'll probably need them at some point. Let's do yeah, let's do all of them. We'll do all of them. We're going to run out of iron plates before we run out of PCBs anyway, so that'll be our bottleneck. And I apologize if you hear any noise kind of in the background. Unfortunately, we're in the middle of a blizzard, so not much I can do about the blizzard. But hopefully by tomorrow we should get a little bit better record quality. Alright, so we need more iron. And man, is this thing slow without an induction. So those are able to keep up, but just barely. Let's So 200 at 800%, 300 at 1600%. It doesn't really pay for us to have the tier 2 force induction. So let's just make a tier 1, and then we'll have to deal with it. Let's see, we do need 10 iron bars though. So while that is cooking, I'm going to show you a couple of changes I made. So we've got our pit of death here, and I added these extra lights kind of all the way around, so I knew when I was getting to the bottom of the shaft and I had to slow down. So instead of having to guess or slow down halfway down and just kind of prepare for it, we can have plenty of warning. And I put power storage blocks in these just so that I didn't have to go around and individually fill up all of those drills, because that was completely obnoxious to do that. Alright. I'm not going to put all my power in here, just kind of all of Arthur's power. Alright, we'll get you loaded up a little bit more here. And emptied out. And there we go. So, I did a little bit of exploring in our cave system here. Just put down a marker. And this thing is actually pretty massively huge. This cave system, it just goes on for absolutely ever. So there's a little nook here. Go all the way down here. There's another cave system down there. Let's get some torches up in here. There's just, like, it's too far to even render. So that's where those sapphire crystals are. And like I said, this place is just absolutely massive. So I think at some point what we might need to do is just do a little bit of exploring. I don't think there's really much down here for materials. So if we do ping unknown, directly down there's a big mass there. And I think that's just the next layer of rock. So a different type of rock. So not really anything important, but it's going to be our next objective once we start, once we get all of these mines powered up. Oops. So now that we have pretty much unlimited power coming in, one thing I want to do is not have to manually power up and get the materials for our... Oh my god, come on. Alright, so that's being a pain in the butt. Let's see if I can line it up a little bit better here. There we go. Sometimes it's better, just take your time. Alright, so power generation. I also did an experiment too where I tried to get a solar panel down this far. I placed it in this shaft and then I opened up our roof way at the top, put a solar panel down here. Unfortunately, it says that it can't see the light. So I think it does have a maximum distance down that the sun can travel. So unfortunately, that's not going to work for us. We have to stick with our good old-fashioned laser transmitters. So I think we have time that we can kind of start that project as well. Once we get these powered up, then we have our next project where we have to automate materials. So instead of having to go down and get the hoppers manually, either use conveyor belts or use those mass movers to automate that process. Alright. So we don't really have anything on this level we have to worry about, so it's just going to be a heck of a long road of just laying down the laser transmitters. Come on, render. Alright, So here's where our laser transmitters end at 148. We have to get down to 375. So it's going to be quite the chore. Alright, so let's get our laser transmitter in place and start digging. So we're at 147. 147. And what is it, 64? So we need to get to 211. Oh, shoot. I forgot to check out where our gold vein was. Alright, so 211. And carve out a pocket here. So that should be powered, if my math is correct. Oh, did I forget to... I bet I didn't orient that one right. There's my hole. There we go. There we go. Yeah, it should get there. Yep. And it's connected up, which is good. Can actually see where my gold mine is. Alright. Perfect. So 211 should be 275. Whoa! Cavern here. And something that we can't pass by. Perfect. It's where you're a crystal deposit. Actually, this works out pretty well because I wanted to do a crystal mine also. But it doesn't really work for us in the fact that we need to get through it. So, I think we're going to have to go back up, grab some more power. And then once we get more power, we can just kind of power blast through that. Come on. There we go. Alright, so we'll charge up. Actually, we might as well go to the surface and get Arthur charged up as well. Probably gonna need his help. Yeah, we can just YOLO it for now. Alright. Did I really use up all of my power storage blocks already? That is unfortunate. Alright, so we'll build a little bit of scaffolding here. Hopefully without falling. Oh, sugar, that is a long way down. So, let's do plan B here. What we're gonna have to do is put a power storage block here. And then we're gonna have to go around this rock, because I really don't feel like power breaking through all of that. This is too hard. You're gonna need to upgrade it. Oh, I can't power break through it anyway. Well, that's it's good to know. So we're gonna have to go around it anyway. All right, but I think you get kind of the idea of it. What I'm gonna do is keep tunneling down to 375. Just get our laser transmitters all the way down there, so you don't have to just sit here and watch me tunnel forever. And then gotta go around this rock too and kind of figure out the logistics of how I want to do that. And then we can, next episode, we can set up some mines on here and start get some crystal resource. And I'll have to find out where my gold is. That one should be my gold, I believe. And I'll have to tunnel over there and kind of get it all set up. So once I get all the grunt work of tunneling done, we'll pick up next time and continue on with the good stuff. So thanks for coming out, everybody, and see you next time.